Hello, this is Pixel Freak, and today I'm taking a look at cubes versus spheres. So this game just came out earlier this week on Android. Android Central did a little bit of a blurb on it, and Droid Gamers, I think, also featured it briefly. Thought I'd take a look at it. It's only 99 cents, why not? And it's a pretty decent game. So let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay, and I'll explain how this game breaks down. In Cubes vs. Spheres, you play as a sphere, or at least I'm assuming you're a sphere because you never actually see yourself, but you pivot back and forth as cubes slowly roll at you, trying to attack you. They try to get into your little red barrier, and you throw other spheres at the cubes, trying to blow them up. And that's it. I mean, that's gameplay as simplistic as you can possibly get. But it gets a little trickier than that. You also get a wide array of weapons to use against the cubes, and there's a lot of different cubes. The red cubes are basically your normal cube. They explode in one hit. Then there's black ones that actually take more than one hit. There's these kind of half invisible looking ones that are just hard to see, but they still die in one hit. Then there's the burning cubes, and you can see here how this is actually more complicated than it would originally sound. In addition to that, you have an arsenal, which I've previously mentioned. Your arsenal includes things like bomb spheres, homing missile spheres, and you have a decoy cube that you can throw out that has a little heart on it. It kind of reminds me of Portal almost, the companion cube. You throw that out there, and then the other cubes will go towards your, what I'm going to call a companion cube. You have all these different weapons, and there are other ones. There's a freezing one and a wrecking ball one. All these different things you use in your arsenal to defeat all of the cubes that are trying to attack you. You'll also be pretty pleased to know that there are no in-app purchases and there are no ads in this game. You'd kind of expect that for a paid app, but these days that's not necessarily true. A lot of times people will pay 99 cents and then they expect to have an in-app currency as well. That doesn't exist here. You do have to buy all your weapons upgrades and all your extra special items. The weapons upgrades are normally you throw a single ball, but as you upgrade that single ball normal weapon, you can get it to split into 3 and then into 5 balls as it rolls down the court. That primary weapon is the only weapon you get that's infinite. Everything else has to be paid for per piece, so per shot you're going to pay, upwards to 2,000 points. You get plenty of points for each level, maybe not the first couple, but once you get into the game, about level 3 or 4, you start to get tons of points, and so buying the upgrades and buying the extra weapons becomes no problem. By the time you're in the middle of the medium difficulty, you'll have more money than you know what to do with. Speaking of difficulties, that brings me to the game modes, and there are a few different modes. There's a survival mode, which you kind of progress through, and there's 3 different stages there that you have to beat the previous one before you're able to get to the next one. And by beat, I mean achieve a nominal score in that survival mode. In the primary game, there's actually 3 different difficulties, and you're only able to achieve or to attain the next one once you've beat the first one. So you have to beat all 10 levels from easy before you go to medium. There's 10 levels of medium, you go to hard. There are some achievements as well that they've tacked on so that you can keep playing for higher scores and try to win all those little achievements that are also embedded in the game. So my overall verdict on this game is it's super fun. It's probably the best way that I've spent 99 cents so far this year. In all of January, this beats anything at that 99-cent price point for any game. You gotta run out and get this one. This one's, it is a somewhat of a casual title, but I think that even people that like more standard or hardcore games, however you want to slice your phrasing there, they'll like this game too. This is a good game for everybody. It gets a little bit frantic, it's easy in the beginning, and then towards the end it gets a little bit harder. I think everyone will love this one. Go check it out. It's called Cubes vs. Spheres on the Google Play Store and on the iTunes App Store currently. But before I go today, I also want to announce that I'm kind of relaunching the blog, so you should go check out pixel-freak.com because I've been posting some news there and some information, and I think I'm going to continue to do that. I'm posting 2 or 3 things a day. Yesterday I posted some information on sales, so if you want to know app sales, go check that out. You should also like our Facebook page because most of my content gets filtered into there as well. And on Twitter, I'm always going off about retro games and just talking about gaming in general, and also linking stuff about Android. So check me out on Twitter as well. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, this has been Pixel Freak.